start here on the backstretch.
Happy to be here.
Particularly to promote a little bit, and in a few minutes we'll get into you. You got a couple of horses in today. We'll talk about that. But we invited you on primarily to promote what is a very good cause, and a cause that's dear to your heart because it's tied in with the passing of Dominic Galuscio, a good friend of yours. But just promote a little bit. Coming up on Sunday, there's a trainer autograph session. It'll be held in the memory of Dominic Galuscio and to benefit pancreatic cancer research. So talk a little bit about it.
Well, we just got to a lot of the trainers, and just to feel to try to do something for pancreatic awareness and Lustgarten Foundation. So anybody, they charge $5. It goes right to the donation. And most of the trainers were like, it's overwhelming, really, how everybody really got together and wanted to do it. And just, it was really a nice thing. There was a lot of weight off my shoulders, really, that they got this done. So.
And again, this is a trainer autograph session that'll be held right here at the race course, 11:30 to 12:15 on Sunday. $5 donation. Pletcher, you, Chad Brown, Wayne Lucas, Kieran McLaughlin, Bill Mott. You can go get your autographable items signed by some of the bigger names that otherwise you might not have an opportunity. And I'm assuming probably the regular spot out by the Jockey Silks room?
Yeah, it's right by the Jockey Silks, but every trainer is going to be there.
Oh, very good. Yeah, so I'm just listening who's in the ad.
Yeah, well, that's just that, but it's every...
So it should, and many more.
Well, it says, I think, and many more.
Oh, it does, yeah, you're right. Plus many more.
Yeah, there you go. So we got everybody. Everybody's really contributing. So it would be a great thing to come out on Sunday and try to wear purple. Would be great. If not, we got these bands that NYTHA, bought about 1,000 of them, 2,000 or whatever of them. In support, and just something to, it's just going to be a nice day if you guys could come out and try to support us.
And again, it's in memory of Dominic Galuscio, a trainer who was a friend of a lot of people here on the NYRA circuit. Over 1,000 career wins. There's Dominic on the screen now. And Gary, while we talk a little bit about Dominic, I just wanted to remind people of some of his better efforts on the track, including the Empire Classic win back in 2007. We're going to watch Dr. V's Magic, the number 9 horse, make a late win to win the Empire Classic. And this one's notable because a year earlier, Dominic had won this same race with Organizer, who was a full sibling to Dr. V's Magic. So a couple of nice wins in the very rich Empire Classic for Dominic Galuscio. Talk a little bit about your friend Dominic.
Well, he's been a friend of mine from 1976 when he moved down to Belmont. And he's a great guy, very loyal. We've been very good friends. The funny thing about it was with the pancreatic cancer and the color I didn't realize was purple, but when he was coming up here like maybe 10 years ago, he had I think it was opening day, and I'm sitting by the racing office, and he walks up and I see him wearing a purple sport jacket, a crazy color tie, and I'm looking at him, I'm saying, Dominic, what the heck? I says, hey, what are you doing? You look like Bonnie. I don't understand what the heck you're doing. And he's got a cigar, and he's just like smiling. So he's gone. He lost his mind. And then the next day, he comes with a yellow one. And just from then forward, he started with those sport jackets. So, but it's something how pancreatic cancer the color is purple, and how just things work out. And up here at Saratoga, we're having that day especially for him. And it's a kind of it's really, for me, it's a sad thing, but
yeah, I can imagine it.
We got a lot of support from NYRA, and NYTHA, and all of the trainers, owners, and really everybody around just to get this together. And they're going to have on the third race, they're going to have Dominic Memorial, and that day, that race, they're going to have all purple saddle towels, which is pretty good.
Yeah, and as I understand it, again, when he passed, boy, the articles that came out, really a guy who had a lot of friends down on the backstretch and whatnot. I had the opportunity at one of the charity events here a couple of summers ago. I was sitting at the same table with him, and so I had the opportunity to talk a little bit. Seemed like a really nice guy. But pancreatic cancer, part of this is just to raise awareness of early detection, because I believe, Dominic, it was pretty quick.
It was quick, yeah. He really never knew. He had a little pain here. We went to the cardiologist, put a stent in. Everything was great, and then a couple of days later, he had some pain in his stomach, and we went to the hospital and they scanned him, and then they found they had a mass on his pancreas.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate. And
It's
certainly something that deserves the research and whatnot. So let's help put some money into this by, again, the trainer autograph session. It's this Sunday, 11:30 to 12:15, out by the Jockey Silks Room. All the trainers will be there, so stop on by. Certainly highly recommended. Gary, let's talk a little bit about you before we let you go. Anytime we get a trainer on here, we like to get a little background, a little insight. You got a couple in today. We'll talk about those. But first, just want to get a little of your background. How'd you get into the game?
Well, my father was a trainer, and I started with my father probably when I was maybe 12, 13 years old, and I went to school right across the street from the track, so it kind of made it easy for me to go to the track, and then I ended up not going to school, so this was my school, this was my life, and that's how I started. So
very good. And pulled up the stats. You had a win the other day, and overall, a pretty good meet. The one win, but you're in the money 50% of the time, over 50% of the time. So up at Saratoga, that's pretty good.
Yeah, well, you got to win here. The seconds, thirds mean nothing, really. It's the win. You got to try to win. And up at this meet, everybody's under the gun, try to win races. It's really a lot of pressure for everybody. Jockeys, trainers, owners. Owners come up with expecting the horse to win, and for some reason something happens, and it's just you got it. When you win, you got to enjoy it for a long time.
And you did have a win a couple of days ago, Island Therapy, in the finale on Wednesday. Nice claiming event, maiden claimer, and Island Therapy gets it done as the 5-2 favorite under Irod Ortiz, who's also riding very well. But that was a nice win.
Yeah, it was. Nice owners. It worked out. It was very happy.
Check mark in the win column. You're off the duck. That's always important, and it's not even halfway point.
I was getting a little nervous.
But you've got that check mark in the win column now. Let's talk a little bit about today, and let me pull out my PPs here. You got a couple in today. First up, let's talk about the fourth race. You got a horse named Dariel, who's in a maiden special weight event. And I'll say, this is what makes Saratoga so tough. You're in here, and I think on the breeding, horse that may need a start or two, but not only that, you have McGahee and Mike Major.
Well, it's a tough race, but I scratched anyway.
Oh, okay.
So I'm out of that race.
So
I don't have to worry about that.
You got another spot?
Well, yeah, probably we're going to wait for Belmont. I think it'll be a little bit easier, down there.
Well, because you look at this. Yeah. But talk a little bit about with Kipling on top. Is this a horse that might need a start or two?
No, I think that she would be ready. I mean, I think when she does run, she's a horse that can, she's okay.
All right,
she's all right. I just a little bump in the road here, and I think.
Well, it was a tough spot, though, as these maidens are up at Saratoga.
Well, if you can run 1, 2, 3 and maiden special weight, you got a stake horse.
Yeah, no question about it. You have another one in here today, and I'm just looking, Lady.
Well, we had one that's main track only was scratched. That's in the 7th, I think. The 8th race is Lady Rhubarb.
Yeah, Lady Rhubarb in the 8th, and pulled up the maiden breaker here back on May 3rd. We're going to watch Lady Rhubarb win, the number 10 horse. Entered back now in a non-winners of one other than. So steps up a little bit. Sometimes, I say sometimes when they move up a condition, they'll need a race to get some education. The other side of the coin is sometimes the light bulb is flipped on. What do you think of Lady Rhubarb today?
Well, it's first time on the grass for her. I think realistically, she's probably looks like the only speed in there, and now we're breaking from the one post, so we're going to have to jack her out of there running, and hopefully she could steal it. And if she likes the grass, she'll be moving forward.
Yeah, this is 5.5 on the grass, and so if you got some speed, certainly that's going to be the game plan. I ride Ortiz on board today, so Lady Rhubarb in the 8th, and you saw the maiden breaker. This horse is coming out of that maiden breaker. Gary, let me ask you, there's a hot button issue over the past couple of weeks or so, the Lasix issue, and some trainers going in one direction, other trainers going in another direction. You have any opinions on Lasix?
Well, my opinion, I don't know where they're going with that. I don't know really reason why they're going after Lasix. I really don't know. They must have their reasons why, but I believe that, you know, at this point, the Lasix isn't an issue, really. I think the horses are not hurt at all by running on Lasix. I think if you take Lasix away, it's going to try to make things, you know, because if horses do bleed, you try to, you know, take the water away. You know, there might be trainers taking the water away 24 hours to try to stop them from bleeding. So I just don't know the motive why Lasix. I think there's a lot of bigger things to really discuss and try to help the business out other than LASIK. I think that I don't believe it. I really don't. I don't think that's a right direction of going.
Yeah.
But you know, whatever they decide, you know, I'm going to abide by whatever it is. But LASIK is really nothing. You know.
Yeah, and I don't think you're alone in that opinion. There is a kind of a head scratch as to why this is bubbled to the surface.
You know, I don't know if it's the breeders or what, but I believe that, you know, the whole business changed when these horses have to work in 10 and change, you know, 21, and people started making breeding towards speed so they could sell the babies, and, you know, I think that started things, and then maybe, you know, these horses that were being bred were back then might have been on steroids and stuff like that, but, you know, I think LASIK is not a, I think that's far from any kind of issues with horses. It could only help the horses, as health-wise.
Well, that
you know, I mean, I really
the study
think,
that came out of South Africa a few years back kind of confirmed that.
Yeah.
Let's just talk a little bit overarching on the industry. As you say, you've been in it since you were a kid. How have things changed for better or worse in the horse racing industry?
Well, I think, how's it changed? It changed a lot. I think it changed where more, you know, it's kind of like the Home Depots, you know, Walmarts and stuff like that. I think you're getting more of a numbers, and the guys are proving it, you know, and they produce. They do a great job. They win. They're good trainers, no doubt about it. But, you know, it's just you're getting your quality in one spot, and you're getting some trainers have 5 horses in one race and you know, stuff like that. But that's changed for sure, because they used to have a limit. You know, years ago you would have a limit of 44 stalls or something like that, and that's it. You wouldn't have any more. And Frank Martin did great, and you know, Laz Barrara and all of these guys that were winning did great. Woody Stevens, you know, he only had maybe 30 horses, and you know, it showed that he won 5 Belmonts in a row and stuff like that. So, you know, I think that's changed the game a little bit. You know, on.
Yeah, we Sunday morning we had Leah Giamatti on, and we were talking about that. That over the past how long it's been, there are a smaller number of trainers with a greater number of horses now, and it just kind of almost becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy that when they get all the good horses.
Right. If you did that in baseball and football and have no salary cap and have, you know, you could have, you know, it would just be the Yankees and maybe the Dodgers or somebody playing and everybody else. But I'm not knocking it. You know what? I roll along with it. You know, to me, I've did well, and no sour grapes or nothing like that. I just.
But it is a change.
I'm just saying that's a change.
Yeah, it is a change.
That, you know, that happened in our business.
Yeah, we talked about it the other day as well. It's something my co-host on Sunday Morning, C. Vic, talks a lot about on his radio show. So that it certainly is a change. Gary, we appreciate the visit this morning. We'll remind people one more time in honor of your friend Dominic Gullo.